Hi ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to talk about our 3C function assignment on password validator. So the whole function, the whole of this program is to check for some requirement in the password and whether it has those requirements. So our main while loop, it asks for the user what is your password. The user will then input the password. We will then call the function getPassword and take in the password at the input as a parameter to check for that password. This will return eventually a check for whether it is correct or not, and then output one of these over here. So let's look at the function. So I used a stack, like a stacked if statement. This is very ugly looking, I understand. There's ways to help it, but for efficiency, I just did all these. So we first check the length. So the length function is right here. So if the password, which is another parameter that was taken here, p. So this was the parameter. We also take this as a parameter. So it's just being passed down to generations, I guess, passed on by generations. So if it's above 8 or equal to 8, we give some that processing feature, right? We give that some that knows the machine is thinking, and then we'll print out some time pausing in between, and then we'll print out that is correct, and then return true, and then we will move on to the next check of if it has two numbers in there, 2 digits, and that function is over here. So again, it will take a parameter. It has a counter to check if there's 2 involved. So we go over all the elements in that password, and then if any is a digit, we'll add it up to the counter. And then if the counter exceed 2 or at 2, again, that kind of pausing feature, and then we'll just print out as true. Again, we also have for the upper and lower case. These two are essentially the same thing. We'll go over each element in that password, and then if there's a lower, and then for upper, it will be is it upper, and then if there is, again, that timing feature, and then we print out the result. And if it's not, it will be false. If for any of these, if it's false, it will be go over else, and then just having some processing time, and then say, oh, your mistake, your password is having a problem of this, blah blah blah. So we have, it must above 8 letters, it must have 2 numbers, it must have a lowercase, it must have uppercase. And essentially, if everything's correct, it will print out that your password is set, and then print out your password, and then return true, and then yeah, and then we'll print it out over here. So let's try it out. So I'm gonna try 1 2 3 4 5 6. Your password is above 8, must be above 8K. So let's try 1 2 3 4 5 8 9. You can see that there's a pausing in between. Yeah, okay. I don't have lowercase, so let's do a lowercase check. It's like CCC programming, CCC competition. It has that steps. So let's try these. Yeah, okay. Doing good, doing good. Nice. So I'll print out the password over here, and then I'll re-ask for the password. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching.